What could you possibly ask me today after 2 days? Oh, well, Monday, but.
I'll be the victim. So I was just asking Cam Atkinson how Torts is most like Jerry York. And he said, give small guys a chance.
I don't know how to
Did he
answer
have
that.
to convince you of that originally, or?
Who?
Cam.
Convince me of what?
That being small, he could get the job done.
Oh, come on. Ask me a hockey question here. Let's go. I got things to do. Ask me a hockey question.
Over here. Middle, sorry. Other than the puck just going in on the power play, is confidence right now the biggest reason why you're like what you're seeing out of your power play units?
Well, I think it's A before B. When the puck goes in the net, it gives you confidence. It allows you to make, I think, frees you up as far as making plays. We haven't done anything different than we've tried during the regular season. We've got pucks to the net. We've had some rebounds. And hopefully going to try to stay with it.
Are you happy with I know at times during the season you talk about the need to block more shots. You guys are blocking a lot of shots. And A, are you happy with it, the amount? And B, what can it do against the other team as far as them sometimes like being hesitant to shoot the puck because they're worried about getting blocks? We've talked about that occasionally when you guys were trying to get shots through. How it makes guys think and have to move.
Yeah, you'll have to ask the other team how it affects them, but shot blocking is a huge part of playoff. Shot blocking is a huge part of hockey, but in the playoffs, it's even more pushed as far as how you find a way to compete in the game to try to win games.
What are the signs to you, John, that the penalty kill is going to go good? If you see your PK unit is out there early in a game, what indications do you have it might be a good night for them?
Well, I think when penalty killing is successful, it's when everybody's moving in unison, when they're picking their spots, being aggressive, and once one goes, all goes. I think that's huge in anybody's penalty killing system. So I don't look at. I'm not looking for signs, but I'm certainly watching. Are we disjointed? Are we moving together? Are we making the right decisions? Whether to sit pat because we don't have a really good chance to be aggressive, or do we take a run at them? So those are the things we're looking at.
I know not everybody can do what Seth Jones does defensively. He's big, he can skate. But you guys have a couple other guys, Werenski, Navarro are big and can skate. So in the defensive zone last game, the way he was able to wall people off, Jones, and really just kind of prevent them from getting the puck, protecting your zone. Is there something there that some other guys could maybe learn a little bit from and take away from that?
As I said right along here, Jonesy does not get enough credit as far as how hard he defends. That's not skating. That's just a will. That's a willingness to get involved physically. The great thing about Jonesy is when he does close out and there's a loose puck, he has the ability to grab it, gobble it up, and get going the other way. That's how you play defense. And I think his partner has come a long way this year in that part of it, where last year, through him being a little bit banged up and not understanding totally how to compete in our end zone, has grown by playing with him, I believe. And that's a huge part of playing defense as a defenseman.
John, your players have talked about in big crowds and big environments like you're going to have tonight, just not doing too much and not going for extra hits and things early and using the crowd the right way. Does that come from, you've talked a lot about wanting a player-driven locker room and not having to tell them everything. Do they get that belief or that understanding from each other? Like, is that something that comes out of a locker room, like the environment you try to create?
It is. I am not taking away their enthusiasm as far as how they're going to be tonight. I think they understand as we've gone through some good times here in playoffs and last round a couple of good games. I think they understand how do they handle themselves. I'm not going to insult them and keep talking about it, but I'm certainly not going to take away their enthusiasm.
John, what are a couple things in your mind that has allowed Harry to go from being a good part-time player, as he's been the last couple of years, you spot him in, to being a guy that finally grabbed a position and has kind of held on to it?
Well, the biggest thing with Harry is how much respect we have for him because he just competes so hard. as you go through a game and there's some struggles, he may have a struggle on a shift. It doesn't bother him. He gets ready for his next shift. He makes up for a lot of things, a lot of attributes that he doesn't have, like a Jones. He makes up with just his willingness and competitiveness. So yeah, that's a pretty good story out here for us as far as where Harry was, sitting out watching all the time, to be in the second round and playing some good minutes for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.